All right, what's up, everybody? It's Kaelan Moss, the MinuteAdmin here, and Therion is just now entering into the stream, and we are going live. So appreciate everybody for joining in. We got Triple T on deck, and we've got the timer started. So we're just going to go ahead and finish out this AMP script that we've got here in this YouTube video with Cameron Robert. And we are just basically trying to just finish this out. Yesterday, we spent a lot of time focusing on the HTML and AMP script side because we started to really get it. So let's see what today brings. But I think we're going to be able to finish this one today. So I think the biggest lesson, Triple T, is that counter, how we set that variable to 0. And then we said if it's empty, if the points field is empty, then set the counter to 1. Yep. And if it does equal 1, then say don't forget about these beams. I think that was like the biggest
That was our epiphany right there.
Yeah.
Yes, where we were like, there it is, because we were fighting the if empty statement.
Yeah. So if anyone watching this specific session, AMP script study session number 22, wants to see an epiphany happen between Therion and I at the same time, go back and watch yesterday. It was crazy. We got it at the exact same time.
It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, I'm going to play this.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We then, for each successful course that is incomplete, we then output this table section, which we do here. The table section is to have these 3 values: the name, the points they could earn, and the start date. So let's get the name. To get the name, we can look up the name. Now I think we've got some code that does exactly that here somewhere. It is here, look up name. So we can probably copy that exact function. And in fact, there's our complete date. So I'll copy those 2 and go back into our HTML here. And our name is our name. There it is. Now it's not row latest. We're calling it row incomplete. There it is there. It will be row number A. So at A. So row A getting the name from beams. Good, there's our name. And our row incomplete on row A. We actually don't want the complete date. We want the start date. Let's get the start date value.
Those YouTube ads tried to kick in.
They tried, but we broke it. It couldn't do it. It couldn't do it. It's still getting used to you having that kind of level of access.
Right. Wait a second. We forgot. Hey, it went through that for loop. It said for I equal
premium subscriber on a family account. Please remove all ads.
Looped through so quick.
Right.
We want to look up the start date. So now got the field row incomplete A start date. Good. Now final one, actually in between these 2, is the points they could earn. Now the they wanted there was earn up to X points. Okay, let's type that out. So earn up to X points. And of course a line break. So earn up to X points. Well, how many points? We want to look up how many points they could earn.
Right there.
Luckily for us, we have this lookup function here, looking up not name, but points. There we go. So earn up to this many points, and there is our start dates. All right, we'll format the HTML, close it up, and that looks pretty good. Let's give that a go. We've got our AMP script blocks starting and stopping, HTML starting and stopping, good. End if next A goes back up to the top there. All right.
Okay. So we have, I'm going to edit this content. Oh, yeah, look at that beauty.
Oh, yes.
Look at that beautiful, what's it, whatever this.
Oh, gosh, look at that. What is that, high contrast? Is that what they call that?
That definitely looks like it.
Teams actually has a function for that. You can make it look like that.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I think I'm liking.
I think I just like dark mode. I think I'm super happy with. So just a little thing I'm starting to test out now is a new browser called Opera GX. I'm gonna play around. Yeah, it is a browser that's made for high performance computer users.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You always put me onto something new.
Yeah. So, okay, where are we at here? Okay, we're grabbing our.
I think just okay down here. So I think that was I think when you click on content builder.
Okay.
Huh. I think that was the whole. Yeah, I think that's the whole table. Like all three of these combined.
Okay, got you.
And then when you click into one of them, it's this. It's its own little.
Okay.
So
section.
Yeah. So we have for table. Okay. We have our HTML table. Then we have, instead of name, we have % equals lookup.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to drop in that lookup function that we've been using.
Okay, so we're going.
I'm trying to remember which block that was in. Where did we use that lookup function that he's telling us to copy and replace the?
I think honestly, he's not even. So what? Okay, so this is what I'm realizing is you can use the lookup function, but if you have the % equals sign in front and the back,
right,
you can just grab that specific piece of data and display that.
Okay.
So it's just like a personalization string, but for AMPscript.
Right.
So it's going and it's looking up the, let's see which AMP EO3.
EO3 beams.
So let me just copy that. So we're going to our AMPscript folder.
There's our beams. And then in beams, we are looking for name ID.
Put that in parentheses, and we're looking for
then name ID, and then we'll go into our field.
So name.
Yep.
Okay. So let's look up lookup again one more time here. And remember okay, so the first one is the name of the data extension. The name of the column that you want to return a value from. So for us, in this scenario, we got the name of the data extension.
Yep.
We got the name of the column we want to return the value from.
The classes.
So name.
Yep.
So over here we say AMP EO3 beams, comma, name.
Name, which will give us the name of the course or the beam.
Because that's the column.
Right. And now we want the name of the column that it identifies the row to retrieve. And that's going to be the ID column, right?
Yep. Because if you think about what that's saying, the column that's used to identify the row.
Right.
That's a fancy way of saying the primary key.
Hey man, Preet. Yeah, actually they are. Every single one's well, we started recording late, but at a certain point we started recording all of them because we wanted to bring everybody on our journey.
Exactly. So all these sessions are in the Marketing Cloud AMPscript, MC AMPscript playlist. And every day when we record, we add it into the playlist. So you can go back and start at session 12. That's where we started recording. Wish we would have started recording earlier, but there is a blog on MinuteAdmin which records each day leading up into day 12. So originally, I was just writing a blog post about what I learned for the day, what Therion and I learned. And then I was like, wait a sec. Why even write a blog? Let's just record.
Yep.
So yeah, you can check out the blog. You can also go back through this playlist and you can watch all the videos, and we are going to still record every day. So they'll keep on being updated, and you can join for live sessions. So name of column used to identify. That is
going to be ID, right?
Yep, this column right here, ID.
Yep. And then we're going into our field.
ID. And then we're saying
we're gonna identify the row to retrieve.
And then the value to match the string against. So the value that we're going to match the string against is going to be called, we're going to go find a specific field.
At row incomplete. I believe this is going to be the value. And then after at row incomplete, we're also going to count it against our for loop, which is at A. That's what we identified as A.
Comma. And then we're trying to find beams ID.
Right.
Because if you think about where we're looking at, we're going and we're finding the row beams ID, which is, if you think where we're actually pulling this from, I think we're pulling this from Cloud Learner Beams, and it has Beams ID. Because we're trying to find their start date and complete date endpoints. So we're going to the field. So saying, go find Beams ID from, I guess, row incomplete, from the row incomplete.
Remember, a row incomplete was what we set as our lookup rows to go through Cloud Learner Beams, Cloud Learner ID. It was one of our first functions or our first variables that we set.
Yep.
And then at A is our for loop.
Yep.
So we set the at A to be our for loop. So it's doing both of those things in tandem. It's going through the lookup rows and it's counting for at A equals to 1 right there before it gives us back what we need.
And then it's finding us the field that has Beams ID.
Yep.
And that's going in and it's finding this.
Yep.
Where Cloud Learner ID is
equals ID. Yep. That's our relationship there. And then, of course, our at A variable is simply the loop that we had the epiphany on yesterday. It's saying, look up Cloud Learner ID, start to run this loop. If it returns, don't forget about these beams. So that's what it's saying.
Okay. So we take away name because name isn't necessarily needed because we're actually pulling the name right here. Or I think.
Now, I think we're going to eventually compare the, let's see here, because
we're looking up looking up name right here.
Yep, name, ID, field. Yep, that's it. That's going to be where our name is now.
Yep. So we take that line break, which I still need to really understand what this is saying. I understand the concept of what this is doing because we have the % equals on both sides.
Right.
And it's pulling in a value because we have that.
Yep. Because we've set two variables to bring the value that we need in from the row incomplete and the at A, which is our loop.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think through what this means right here. We're trying to pull.
Okay, so we have name of data extension, name of column that returns the value, and then name of column that identifies the row to retrieve.
And then
so we want the row ID row to give us back our at row incomplete, which shows if a learner hasn't finished beams or has finished beams. And then we use the at A function to for loop it to go in and spit out the statement. And now we're putting, I believe it's the name first, then the points, and then the dates or something. The start dates, I believe, is the BRG.
So we're saying go to this data extension, bring me back this name.
Yeah, or just tell me the name of the column which I'm going to use to return the value from.
Right here.
Yep. So we're just calling that, hey, look at this column because I'm going to need a value from there.
Name of the column that you want to return a value from. That's what we're really looking at is ordinal point number 2. That's what we're really pulling.
Yep.
And how we're pulling that is we're saying, hey, this is the column that identifies it.
Yep.
And when we look up against a different data extension, this is what we're matching that column against.
Absolutely. Now ours is a little bit more complicated at 4 because we've named one variable to loop and another variable to check and see if they have any classes remaining.
Gotcha.
Yep. So those are that's our comparison right there. You're exactly right. That's what we're identifying. Yep.
So now, okay, that makes complete sense now.
Yes.
We're just pulling that specific value in.
Yep.
Now
it's not necessarily the name or the ID. We're just saying, hey, I need you to look at this column of information and retrieve this for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we're saying lookup, and then it's saying, and then we're saying because.
And we're literally using the same function again, but we're going to do it for points this time, right? And it's checking the same rows. We're using the same variables that we created at the beginning, and we're just using it to search something else for us.
So we're just doing this instead of name. We're looking up points.
Yep, you got it, man. That's it. So we can return that value now in the second line of our BRG, right? That's the second value they wanted returned from our business requirements gathering. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's complicated and simple at the same time. It's complicated and simple.
That's wild.
Oh, man.
Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. He's got earn up to, and then it does this look up into that data extension. And then he says points at the end. Such and such, earn up to such and such.
So believe it or not, earn up to and then points at the end. Everything in the middle is just our search to return what we want.
Yep.
I love it.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And then we have points. And then a line break. And then we have, now this last one is we're saying, go and find us the start date.
Right.
For that person.
Yep.
So we have %%. So we're grabbing %.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going and saying, go find the field in the row of row incomplete. Just going to copy. And where the for loop is running through, and find me the start date.
Okay, so let's break it down. So let's talk about field. So the definition of field is this function returns the value of a field from a row set or the value of an application programming interface, API object property. There's 3 ordinals here. We have row set is number 1. So row set or API object from which to return the value or property. Ordinal number 2 is name or ordinal position of the row set or API object to retrieve. And number 3 is going to be a Boolean value. So it indicates whether to return an empty string or an error if the specified or property does not exist. Specifying 0 will return a null value, while 1 will result in a runtime error. The default value is 1.
So number 1 ordinal is, okay, first 2 are required.
Yep.
Number 1 is the row from which to return the field.
Yep.
The row you need to return the field from.
Yep.
So if we're looking in here, let's
so
just say it's
not
row
column. We're going to row. Yep.
the row that you need to return the
Turn the
field from.
from.
So it's just saying go to that row.
Yep.
First, just go to that row. Make sure you're at that row. So let's say it's row 1. And then it's saying the name or the field or the name of the field or attribute to return. Oh my gosh, dude. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
it's just saying first, go to the row.
Yep.
Second, go to the field.
Yep.
And then third, indicates
compare
whether to return a null value or an error if the specified data extension field does not exist. Okay, so if it doesn't exist, then adding a 0 will return a null value if the data extension field does not exist, and it defaults to 1. So field, row, city. So inside of this, the first thing you want to find is the row that you want to return the value from.
Yep.
And then the
attribute we want to return. It's literally just that. Yep, that's it.
Oh,
Yep. Good times, man. Good times. Corey hasn't said anything in the chat, but I want to give a big shout out to Corey that I used to work with that's watching right now.
hey, big shout out to Corey. Appreciate you watching.
Yep, for sure, man, for sure.
Hey, hopefully you learned some AMPscript with us. Hopefully you learned
He's the one that hollered at me yesterday about HTML. He's like, "Oh, HTML! I haven't touched that in years."
What up, Corey?
Oh
my gosh. Okay.
All right.
Dude. Okay. Another good day of it's just tiny progress.
Yeah.
But over a long period of time, man.
Well, when we're not rushing it, I feel there's a lot more absorption.
Dude, so much more. Like we're really like I feel like it's like we're playing with like Play-Doh and we're molding ourselves into the fabric of AMPscript. Like it's crazy.
It's funny when we overcomplicate the simple. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Because we want it to do something that we see it doing so badly, but it's not even made to do that, right?
Dude, I felt like I was like having a dream last night where I was like automating things, and it was like I had a developer mindset. Like I was like, this is crazy.
When you do it enough, it does change the way that you look at things,
and it makes me really think. Like this is why people who are developers and such really change the world so much, because they're looking at the world a completely different way than everybody else.
From blueprint up.
Not only do they have this skill set that can get them somewhere, but they have this mindset that makes you think completely different.
Yep, for sure.
Completely different. So we're looking up inside of field. Okay, so look, this makes sense. So look, inside of the field
return,
we just have this is ordinal 1.
Yep.
And this is ordinal 2.
Yep. So we have our 2 variables in ordinal 1, which we know exactly what these do.
That one does.
So
it's the row to return the field. It's saying go into that row. Mm-hmm. And the number 2 is here's the name or that field, name of the field or attribute to return.
Right, which is going to be our value from our loop, which is what we named variable A as.
No, it's going to be the start date, right?
Well, yeah. So but those 2 functions together are our row checker to return that start date.
Yeah. So this one is saying go to the row.
At row incomplete.
And finding that lookup rows to go find that row. And then it's saying loop through,
and then return us the start date.
And that's coming from this right here.
Boom.
Okay. So
are we ready for testing?
I think we are.
Are we missing anything? Our HTML's looking good.
I'm going to format.
Here, we got our indif.
But this is what I really like. Apply source formatting. And then look. Boom.
Cleans it up.
Cleans that mug up.
And look at the little note block at the end. This gets the full list of courses. So imagine the business comes to you again and they go, hey, instead of bringing us back the start date and blah, 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 can you bring us back all of this information about the students? Like maybe they want addresses, phone numbers, like so we just take this that we've already built. It'll scour the courses. We create a new variable to pull that information in, and then we have the new report for them.
And look, the cool thing too about this is save the block. Name it. What is this? Which exercise is this? This is task
3.24 or something like that. Because this is the second dive into loops.
AMP task 3. Let's say what's it called?
It is task 4. And
task 4.
Yep, it's task 4.
Incomplete beams. And then from there, let's say you were building this out in the future, you could just come back through and be like, oh yeah, let me just pull in this this AMPscript block. You could just come over here. Let's say you were done editing. You could come over here. Where's this at? Where's this? Where is this? Let's see. Okay, let's say you brought over this. You had this. You could pull over content blocks right here.
Yeah.
Or you could click content right here and you have your code block.
There they are.
You can just pull your code block down here. Not sure why it's not letting me pull it over, but.
And what you're really doing is you're building your own index of code, as you create these things, your own little library of functions and tools.
Yep. No, I pulled it over, but I don't know where I pulled it over to. Okay. Let's see. I think it. Hold on. Let me pull this out here. I pulled it over just to show an example, and then I think
where did it go to?
We have this one we've been working on.
Yep.
We have that right there.
Okay.
Done. Next. Lookup rows. AMP EO3 Cloud Learner beams.
Okay, so for our lookup rows function, Cloud Learner ID, why do we have double Cloud Learner IDs? Did we use that function? Set 2, number of repeating parameters in call 3, function name lookup rows, number of parameters in repeating set. Okay, so where are we at here? Complete date, Cloud Learner ID.
We have one Cloud Learner ID there.
There's one there. Okay, which one is it pointing to?
Okay, so
there it is. So which block is that? Is it the bottom block?
It's our first code block.
Our first one.
Or sorry, yeah. The bottom. Yes.
Okay.
Thinking of something different.
Let's see here. So where did we go wrong here? Okay, AMP is.
We set row incomplete to. I think I put 2 Cloud Learner.
You put IDs. two Cloud Learner IDs, yeah. It just need to keep the ID. Boom. Okay.
Whoa!
Wow! Don't forget about these B. Oh, we definitely missed a marker somewhere.
Let's see. Percent equals. And I was like, whoa there.
All right, so where did we just make our change? We just made it. We could always throw it into AMPscript IO.
Let's do it.
Yep, let's see what we find in there.
Let's see here.
A conditional statement outside of the AMPscript block. Okay.
You know what? I think something happened when I did the source formatting.
What do you think happened?
Remember when I pressed source
Yeah.
formatting and it changed?
Yeah.
You know how like AMPscript goes from
TR.
top down?
Mm-hmm.
I think something may be happening with that.
I'm going through it now. Let's see here.
Because it moved it up. It was kind of weird.
In line 7, it says unstarted AMPscript block.
Let's see if we switch it up the way it's supposed to look on the video. I'm going to just move it around. And okay, so it says, okay, so set counter, if counter equals.
Yeah, that's okay.
Say, don't forget about these beams.
TRTD.
Line break. I think that's fine, actually. End the if statement.
Variable at row has not been set. Look, it's just throwing all kinds of garbage at us.
Oh, yeah.
It's mad.
It is. TR, TD style is good here. Lookup row is good there. Earn up to is good there. And then it did a line break, so I don't think
I can tell you right now, amp.io does not like this this code.
No.
I'm looking at all of our warnings.
At all. Start date, TD, TR, table.
It's like, I just wanted you guys to know. It's all messed up.
It's all messed up.
It's all messed up.
Unstarted AMPscript in line 1.
9, line 17, missing an if keyword.
What is it?
Oh, you got rid of 1.
Because I was wondering what he was doing with this the whole time.
Yeah.
Because that closes out that AMPscript block up here.
Gotcha.
And I was like, or it closes, this closes right here.
Yeah, because we have. Why is that one? Okay, wait a minute. If empty.
Let's just delete it here.
Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. It should be after. Yeah, it should be after that one. It shouldn't be above. Like if empty, then like we shouldn't have a double percent till the counter.
Oh,
okay. You see what I'm saying? There we go. Ah, look at the lid. Look at it change now.
It changed so much.
Wow. So many yellow warnings we got rid of.
Oh, and I'm pulling in row somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It does not like row.
I put row and it should have been row incomplete.
Ah, okay.
And then unmatched parentheses in line 7. Let's just see what that runs as.
Yeah, I think this might be it. Line 17.
Let's see. Okay, one last thing.
Invalid parameter. It doesn't like that row. It doesn't like the field function.
Row latest.
Row latest. Hold on. Row latest.
I think row latest was something
Before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Lookup rows, set beam, set points. Oh, we actually did set the variable at row, just not in that code block though.
Yeah.
Points, beams, lookup ordered rows, row latest. There it is. It was in exercise 3.
But it worked last time.
Why? At row latest 1, at row latest 2, at row latest 3. And we have all 3 of those. But I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah. And it worked, remember?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, so this is definitely where. Okay, invalid parameter passed to field function. Row is null or empty. Function field row at row latest 2 beams ID. Okay, so that would have been. Okay, so that's the one with number 2 in it. Let's go check out that function. So that was the second copy and paste. So there's 3. Okay. Okay, okay, here we go. At row latest 2, row latest 2. Beams, points, ID, field. Okay.
I'll just copy this and put it in AMPscript.
Okay.
IO. Oops. Unmatched parentheses in line 1. Variable row latest has not been set. Okay, let's do
Okay,
this.
but yeah, we set it.
So it was set though. Well, actually.
Where did we set at row latest?
Oh, we got to put it up. We have to pull it.
Is it in the wrong order? Complete date, descending order. Okay, there it is. Set at row latest is the first function out of in task 3.
Okay, let's do that.
Is it just in the wrong order?
I don't know if it's in the wrong order.
Like that one isn't above it to pull from the top down?
Might be.
See what I'm saying? Because it's not seeing the variable that we set before it starts to run those fields.
But it ran last time.
Ran one. Yeah, I hear you. But you went in and you deleted a block that was accidentally inserted. I don't know if that changed up how everything was placed. I see. Okay, there's row latest 2. Okay.
So I'm going to get rid of this AMP task 4 incomplete beams.
Okay.
I saved it already. Delete.
Okay, there's 2, 3.
So this takes us back to. So this is the 3-column layout.
Okay.
So that's why it says add content to the layout.
Yep.
That's block 1, HTML block 2.
All right, let's run it here and see what we get. See if it's giving us the same argument.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think I did something here. Set row set. Where's that at?
Set at row set. Points, beams, field, row latest, row latest, row latest.
What happens if you take this out? This 3-column thing out.
Okay.
What's this called right now, real quick, before we take this out? Because I don't want to take this out and not have it saved. I'm going to save this block. So click that layout, save block, create new.
Okay.
3 column layout exercise 2. Let's see. Done editing, delete, and then just pull in.
Yeah, because that was our what? That's our set at row lookup rows. AMP 3 set at points. Okay. So that's our original block.
Content. Pull this, what we just were working on.
Okay, set at corner equals 0. Okay, got you. Yep, that was task 4.
So we haven't made the table yet. That's what we have to bring the 3 column thing in.
Yep.
3 column. Okay, I'm going to delete this last one.
Okay.
And then, so the test is from the 3 column exercise.
Invalid row, parameter 1, pass to field function.
The very first thing we did was we set row set equals to lookup. Oh, are we looking up ordered rows?
Yeah, look up ordered rows.
Wait, because look over here.
It's also row latest.
Look up ordered rows. Where is this exercise coming in from?
Task 3.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yep. Task 3, you just send off a sample email when your leader arrives with the next requirement, a content block that shows the last 3 courses completed. Your leader wants the content to be displayed in a 3-column mobile responsive format. They include the following mockup, and then it gives us the 1, 2, 3. Add a 3-column layout to produce the requested content. Only the 3 latest completed courses, name, complete date, points earned, and course points should be shown. Use a black border, blah, 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 blah. There's our return. And then we get into the task we just finished. So we should have named the variable for task 3 at row latest.
The 3 latest completed. So inside of our layout, we're going to need a couple of HTML blocks. Let's put our first one in there. Picking up the cloud learner beams as a lookup. Yep. We're going to need to do that lookup with a lookup ordered rows. So let's cheat a bit and take our previous code and jump in here and do a code block to kick things off. And we'll call this set row latest. All right, so set row latest.
Okay.
Yep, that's the first one. So set at row latest is going to equal the lookup ordered rows function.
Why did it work last time? I feel like
I don't know. Something happened when I guarantee you something happened in the system when you deleted that block you accidentally created in there. Something happened.
Rows. We keep our beams returning back the 3 latest beams. We have to return back the 3 latest. On what order?
Complete date.
It's going to be on the order of their complete date in it, which should be as well, of course. The beam. I'm pretty sure it's.
And that's in column number 1. Oh, you know what I did? Because look at this.
Did you combine 2? Or
well, look at this. Like, look how different this looks from these 2.
Oh, it looks completely different. Yep. And it doesn't even have
I think I deleted I deleted the wrong thing.
The wrong one?
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy to have you here.
Because I kept looking at that block, like, why is that block so big
So weird,
compared to the other?
I wonder if there's a. What is this? Where is this? Let's see what's pulling up in here.
We're over, just to let you know.
All right, man.
All right.
We're going to come back and troubleshoot.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing up.
Happy
Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, Kaelan.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And MinuteAdmin out.
MinuteAdmin out. See you guys.
Easy. Bye.